I mentioned that Bill Wilson speaks of the necessity of a vital spiritual experience. He says that somehow he believes this is necessary for full recovery, and not just remaining faithful to the meetings. Both. The meeting, which makes it very practical, very accountable, very concrete, very specific. I'm told that in the first weeks of recovery, most people feel it's necessary to go every night. Maybe then they go 5 nights a week, maybe eventually 4. I don't know the correct way to do it. Forgive me if I'm saying things wrong. But he says that's needed on the practical accountability level. And that's probably what church was supposed to be. An accountability system for what you said you believed. Accountability system which kept you honest, as we said yesterday. But along with that, he made it very clear that even that accountability system would merely become another technique, another formula, a kind of catatonic repetition of behavior, if it wasn't also paralleled by a vital spiritual experience. And again, this is why I would think those of us involved in religion would be so attracted to the 12-step programs. Because he seeks what we should ourselves be leading people toward. He later wrote to Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist. Maybe you've seen some of the correspondence between the two of them. And Carl Jung coined for him the phrase, Spiritus contra Spiritum. Spiritus, interestingly enough, is the Latin word for alcohol. Well, maybe you know that, right? Became our word spirits. Isn't that interesting? And Jung pointed it out to Bill Wilson that we needed spiritus, now let's put a big S on it, to stand against spiritum, to stand against the alcohol. And yet you can understand it both ways. Also, he said, spiritus with a small s, alcohol, contra opposes spiritum, the great spirit. It works when you put it on both sides. Remember, we called it the draining off of authentic desire, the using up of our deepest desire, filling up that God-shaped hole with something that is not God, and therefore will never really fill the hole or satisfy us. So he believed that alcohol inhibits and represses our initial seeking of spirit, and how spirit is finally the only thing strong enough to oppose alcohol. Just as church has largely emphasized attending the meetings over having a vital spiritual experience, as I said, people come to confession and by and large confess missing Mass on Sunday, right? But I haven't had anybody confess I haven't had a vital spiritual experience my entire life, right? So I think alcoholics can make the same mistake, or any addict, that the only thing is to keep coming back, all right? And I hope you do keep coming back. I'm not here to make fun of that by any means. But you can keep coming back, and that repetition of behavior can keep the entire conversation on a merely horizontal level. And the horizontal level of conversation alone will not finally answer the transcendent question. And of course, when we put both of them together, we have the cross. We have the horizontal and the vertical, which finally names correctly the full human person, it seems to me.